It is possible to be in peace in the midst of responsibility, a lot of activity. That was Krishna's teaching to Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra in the Bhagavad Gita. In the midst of this terrible situation, you can still be spiritual. You can attain to peace, the ultimate peace. So it is um, peace is possible in the midst of suffering and conflict and sorrow. Practical advice. So, all right, straight talk here. 4 things help. One is um, unselfish rather than selfish. The more I think about what can I do for you, what can I do for others, and less I think about my own problems, amazingly enough, the more peace I have. Second, a love of God. The more I cultivate love towards God in whatever form your tradition teaches you, whatever appeals to you, um, if not God at all, then at least a universal kind of love, not just for one person, although even that's very good, but for everybody that you people who are around you, a general feeling of being a well-wisher for all of humanity, for everybody in your community around you. So that is a cultivation of love. Third, I would say, is a cultivation of mindfulness and meditation. At least once, twice in a day, shut it all down. Sit quietly on a chair or cross-legged on your meditation mat and quieten it. Even the best of thoughts, even the most brilliant of insights, even the most wonderful of programs you are planning, shut it all down. Quiet. In solitude, in peace, in quietness. That quietness is always there. It's always there. Every part of the world, in every time, there is a deep silence in this universe. It's accessible to us. Do access it once or twice a day, for a few minutes at least. Meditation. And finally, the fourth practice would be a practice of inquiry. Comes from the Vedantic tradition, which I follow. Inquiry into what am I? As long as I think I'm just this little creature of flesh and blood, born that day and going to die the next day, I will not have peace. If I inquire, and the promise is that you will find that there are these tremendous depths to your own existence, not just body, not just mind. There's a spirit beyond body and mind. There's a light which is beyond flesh, beyond thought. So when you discover that, an inquiry into that, that's another way to peace. So yeah, these 4 ways to peace. Not self, others before self lead you to peace. Love for God, for humanity. I just said even love for one person is good. In the United Nations headquarters here, there's a quote by so one of the great secretary generals of the United Nations was this great Dag Hammarskjöld. So he says he's the Secretary General of the United Nations and the leader of the combined nations of the world. And he says that greater than dealing with the policies of world peace, the world economy, and conflict across continents, in the midst of all of that, if a person can love even one person with all one's heart and sincerely, that I count as greater. That's coming from the Secretary General of the United Nations of the world. So love. And the third practice is quietness, silence. And the fourth practice is self-inquiry. Who am I? What am I?